Imagine, if you will, that you're a 9th century Viking. You and your friends have just conquered the Shetland Islands from the Picts, what would someday become Scotland, and anyone else who isn't of Scandinavian stock around the northern British Islands. The expansion of the empire is going along well, but you just want a nice place to settle down and live out your golden years. Valhalla can wait. You hear about this place on the southern tip of the Shetland Islands, a vibrant little community with a lot of history, and you decide to sail over and check it out. What you find is ancient, even for the year 900. This area has settlements that date back to 3200 BC. What is now called Jarlshof has been here since 2500 BC. It was 3,500 years old when you and your Viking friends decided to settle down here. Across the bay is the remains of an oyster midden, where shells were dumped over a long period of time. You don't know it, but they've been there since some of the earliest settlers got to these islands and date to around 4300 BC. As far as you're concerned, this is just proof that this is a good place to retire, having hosted inhabitants for millennia. There's a Brock Tower, which can be used as a vantage point or a last defensive position, or more likely, whose stones can be used for other constructions, and foundations are already present as a starting point to save you some time and energy. There are remains of a defensive wall, a wide beach and a shallow bay make it easy to park your boat. The settlement is situated in a way that you can see anyone traversing the southern point of the island. Overall, great spot. Unfortunately for you though, most of the useful infrastructure is buried under hundreds if not thousands of years of sand and sediment buildup. Built directly on top of the Stone Age settlement is the Iron Age remains. Bog iron dug from the swamps and marshes in the area would be smelted down, also into weapons, tools, and other useful household objects as well. The oldest is the smithy, which appears to be from the Bronze Age, dug into the earth for stability as well as a form of insulation from the elements. It was used to make all sorts of bronze weapons and tools, including swords and knives, daggers and axes, as well as household items like pins. Before you showed up, the Picts had inhabited the land, leaving a few stone carvings and their additions to the general area. In all honesty, life here is pretty good. You've got your longhouse, your sheep and cattle are happy, so are your ponies. They've even got roofed stalls when the weather gets bad. You spend your free time in your garden or spinning your sheep's wool into yarn for clothes and fishing lines. When you're not doing that, you're turning that bog iron into tools, knives, and fish hooks. There's literally plenty of fish in the sea. You've even built a sauna. You can sail out to the Orkneys, the mainlands of what would become Britain and Ireland. Retirement is pretty nice. As nice as it can be in 900 AD, which is still probably not that great for an old warrior. Generations of Vikings would live here for over 500 years. More Viking remains are found here than any other site in modern-day Britain. Norse institutions would be the prevalent norm of society until Scottish mainlanders began large-scale immigration, steadily replacing the Viking traditions in Orkney before annexing the Shetlands in the 15th century. This transition happened officially after James III of Scotland married Margaret of Denmark, whose father, Christian I, King of Denmark, Sweden, and Norway, was unable to provide a dowry, so he used the Orkney and Shetland Islands as collateral. As the years went by without a real dowry, James III declared it forfeit to himself, and the islands officially became Scottish. On top of the Iron Age remains, the Bronze Age Brock, the Norse settlement, now sits the Laird's house, about 400 years old, and inside of that is supposedly a 300-year-old pirate cemetery. This particular spot has been inhabited for thousands and thousands of years. Check out another video here. Thanks for watching. Thanks to my Patreon subscribers for helping me get here. And as always, until next time, get lost.